Thank you, Cliff, Jamie, Cole, Andrew. Please, can somebody tell me if I'm audible enough? If you can hear me clearly, please let me know. Am I clear? Please let me know. Great. This is my first time, so let me know if anything is wrong, if the sound is not good. Please let me know. I'll appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Colum Roberts. Lido, thank you. Miguel. Ruru, Rasta, John, Luke, thank you for joining, guys. Max Boy, Nono, Ty. Nice to see you guys. M4. If I don't call your name, please, it's just that I can't read your name properly, so I don't want to mess your name. Eh? Thank you for joining, guys. Shalene, Efan Baba, thank you for joining. Matthew, Nono, thank you for being in time. I respect people's time, so that's why I try to be on time always. So thank you guys for joining on time. All right, because I didn't set the agenda, or I just said you can ask me any question, and I want us to keep time. So let me begin first of all by saying thank you for your flowers, man. Thank you. Let me begin with saying that I'm not a registered. Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Barnabas Ogeta. So I was born in Kenya, in Africa, where I studied and worked a bit, and then moved to a country, an island called Seychelles, where I worked for 5 years. I'm an accountant by profession. After working there for 5 years, being a small island, we thought we would move to Australia, so we processed our move to Australia, and for the past 8 years now, I've been in Australia, and that's where I got the interest of just doing my research, doing my and helping where I can with the knowledge. So yeah, so that's me, and I'm not a registered immigration agent, so I'm not charging guys for giving information or guiding, but just warning you, not warning you, but legally, I'm not supposed to give personalized or personalized information to anyone for immigration purposes. So that having said that, I'm still allowed, to share my ideas, share my experience, share the information that I have, my research and everything with everyone. And so I can't charge you for the information I'm giving, but if you would like to send gifts, you're free to do so, because this work takes time. I take a lot of time creating videos, answering questions, lot of questions. If you've inboxed me your question and I haven't answered, it's just because I'm allowed to by TikTok to respond to people. I can't respond to so many people within a short time. So at the moment, TikTok has put me on a hold to rest a bit, and then I will go ahead and answer your questions. So if you have asked questions and I haven't responded, please just be patient. Just be patient, and and I'll answer the questions. So, being my first time, I've been told to swipe like this to see the comments. Okay, so let's begin. So, just questions. You ask questions, and I'll answer them as we go. And if I haven't seen your questions, you can just ask again, please. So, Nono, you're saying hello. Thank you very much. It's 4 o'clock here in Melbourne, Australia. I don't know what your time is where you are. Shalene say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sending that Rose. Thank you. Shalene say, want to know about Australian visa. I've explained in one of my videos, there is 3 broad ways that you can come to Australia. One, as a tourist, and with that, it's only restricted to a few countries. So if you're not in the list of those countries, you can't come as a tourist. Secondly, you can come as a visitor. Now, for visitors, you will have to be invited. You will have to have someone to invite you and host you. And but with that kind of visa, as a visitor, you cannot work. You are not eligible to work. So as a visitor, you can come to up to a maximum of 1 year, but you're not allowed to work. So if you're looking for opportunities to work, then visitor's visa is not the best option. You can still come for that 1 year, stay, tour around. I think you can even apply for jobs, attend interviews, but even when you get that job, you won't be allowed to work. So you still have to go back and process your way back again. So it's up to you. So that's visitor's visa. The third one, the third broad way is to do a skill assessment. Now, Australia wants to bring people, workers here, but they have to be assessed to meet the standard of Australia in terms of work. So you have to go through a skill assessment process and then come. So I think I've answered your question in a nutshell. If you want specific question, then inbox me. Is it possible to change from visitors to work visa? It's not possible. It's not possible. Once you come here on one visa, you can come, do interviews, do whatever you need to. Even employers can give you a job, but they will ask you for your working rights, and you don't have any working rights as a visitor. Okay? Hello, sir. Thank you very much, Johnny. I'm a nurse here in Kenya. Can I get a job there in Australia, or should I come as a student? John, Nona, if you are a nurse and you have basically 3 things. One, if you're a nurse and you have a degree, that's a really good, and you have work experience after your graduation, and you also can pass English test, and you're of the right age, you're below 45, then you can apply for what we call a skill assessment. You first of all do a registration as a nurse, and then you apply for a skill assessment. Then you can come to Australia, and you will definitely get lots of nursing jobs here in Australia if you have those 4 qualifications. If not, then coming as a student will be the best option for you. Still waiting, Johnny. What did you ask? Johnny, what did you ask? I didn't see your question. Or maybe you ask in the inbox. As I said, TikTok has only allowed me to answer a few questions. So, Johnny, after they give me go ahead again to answer more questions, then I will attend to that definitely. I like answering every question, even if it is just somebody saying hi. I will answer back to you, please. So just be patient, Johnny. Where can I be assessed in Kenya? Where can we apply for assessment exam for Kenya, for Australia? Now, assessment, let me explain this assessment thing. One, if you are assessing your qualification for Australian standards for you to come, you have to find a body in Australia. You cannot find a body in Kenya. So for example, I'm an accountant. For me to come from Kenya to here, you will have to be assessed by a body called CPA Australia. You cannot be assessed by CPA Kenya. So you have to submit your qualifications to CPA Australia. So all the assessment authorities are in Australia. I hope I've answered your question. Hello, bro. How are you? Thank you very much. I'm fine. Johnny, I text you in inbox. Yes, Johnny, I will answer your questions. TikTok has just put me on hold a bit, so I will get back to you on that definitely. Okay, sir, I will wait for your suggestion. Thank you. Mark, how easy is it for one to get jobs out of Australia? I guess, Mark, you mean that how is it easy if to get a job while you're still overseas, to get Australian job while you're still overseas? Well, in my experience, it is very hard. The reason why it's hard is, well, employers are desperate to get people to come to Australia, okay? But they cannot be the ones to assess people. For example, if I'm an employer and I want an accountant to come over, I can get a very good accountant in Kenya, for example, but I am not allowed to do the assessment for your qualification as an employer. So you will still have to go through CP Australia to do your assessment and immigration to process your visa. And then when you're here, then an employer can easily give you a job. So it's not very easy in my experience. The only instance where somebody has, I have seen someone come from, for example, Kenya to come and work here, is if you're working for example, the big four international companies like PwC. See, their standards are different. The work they do in Kenya is the same as work they do here. Okay, so you can actually just be transferred from Kenyan office to, let's say, Sydney or Melbourne. So in that case, it is easy to come. But in all the other instances, in my experience, it is very difficult. Yeah, ask questions, guys. Ask questions. Yeah. Good evening. Relating to human resource vacancies. Well, as I've mentioned, there's a lot of jobs in all those areas, but you have to do your assessment, migrate to Australia, and then get jobs while you're in Australia. Okay, so throw in your question. How can I apply without an agent? So what kind of visa are you looking for? Is it a student visa or work visa? Please ask that one, and then I can answer you back. Please, how can I apply for forklift operator in Australia? As I've said, there are opportunities like that, lots of them. But at the moment, I don't know of any agency or any employer who would like to bring people directly from overseas. Unfortunately, at the moment, the information that I have is that all of the overseas employees have to go through assessment to come over. You can either come as a student or come as a skilled worker. Which state is life affordable and easier to start life in Australia? I have lived in 2 states. I've lived in Queensland, which is in the north part of Australia, and I've lived now in Victoria, which is in the down south. In terms of affordability, depends on the town you're choosing. Either you can choose a regional town or as a big city. Now let's start with regional towns. I've lived in a regional town in Queensland. In terms of the big thing about affording life here is a rent. It's a big thing. Rent is we pay, people pay a lot of money for rent. So rent is a big factor. In terms of food, it's basically across it cuts across the nation. I don't think there is a big difference. So having said that, you just need to choose whether you want to live in a small city or a regional city or a big city. You might find affordable housing in regional city than in big cities. But that's, again, you need opportunities. Work opportunities are in big cities. So it's up to you to decide. If you can get a good job in a regional town, then it is better to move to a regional town. Otherwise, big cities for me is the best. So you're looking for work visa. Can you apply alone? Yes, if you're confident enough, if you put your papers right, then you don't need an agent, okay? If you're confident enough, you don't need an agent, because all the information you need is in the website, in the immigration website. If you just follow the procedures, then you're good. You just need to be honest, put the information according to what you have. Please don't exaggerate, don't try to create things that are not there. Just be honest, put your age, for example, put your qualifications correctly, put all the papers correctly. If you can do that, then you don't need any agent to apply for a work visa. And that's where we come in. If you just need an advice, not specific advice that immigration agents do, because I'm not a registered immigration agent. But if you just need a small advice, then we are here to do that. How do you apply for a visa if you over 50? At the moment, the cap is that if you're 45, then you cannot apply for permanent resident. Okay, the maximum years you can be is 45. So because of that, it is difficult to apply a work visa when you're 50, because you're approaching your retirement. So they want to bring you here to work. So if you're already 50, it's difficult. I'll be honest, unless it's exceptional cases, but general speaking, 45 years, after 45 years, it is difficult to come as a skilled worker. Thank you very much. Okay, brother. Hey, is it possible to get work as a CNA with only 6 months CNA training and no work experience? It is difficult because you still have to go through skill assessment, and having just 6 months of training and with no work experience, it is difficult. So I would suggest, if you can get some money, come as a student. If you come as a student, it's easy, though it will be difficult because you're training as a student and working at the same time. But people do that and they make it. And once you do that, once you're here training, then you get opportunities. And once you finish training, you will be given a 2 to 3 years graduate visa. And while that time you can work unlimited hours and also process your permanent residency if you want to stay. Guys, it is 4 a.m. in the morning, and it's cold here in Melbourne. Which path did you use to migrate to Australia? I used skill assessment as a skilled worker. So I'm an accountant by trade. So I came here as an internal auditor, and I got assessed by an organization called Vet Assess. Okay, so that you need to have at least a degree which I had, and I had CP as well, and at least 2 years work experience I had over that. You have to do English tests, okay, and get 7 band in all in IELTS tests. So I got 7. You have to get 7 in every bands, if you know what I'm talking about. And then I came. So I did skill assessment. Thank you. For students, what changes did they make on the working hours? Yes, before it was 40 hours a fortnight, but they have increased it to 48 hours a fortnight. So you can, generally people work for 80 hours a fortnight, but students can only work 48 hours a fortnight. However, if you're working in skilled, in care work, okay? If you're working as a disability support worker, in nursing homes, anything to do with care, because of the shortage in workers, you might be allowed to work more than 48 hours. So generally, it's 48 hours a fortnight. But if you're working in care industry, then you might be allowed to work more hours. I'm happy to have joined your first live broad. Thank you very much, Scoreline. Thank you very much, guys. By the way, just to remind you as we go, because I don't charge people for what I'm doing, I just want to encourage you guys, if because it takes a lot of time. I'm still working full time, and I do this. I make videos. I answer your questions. Inbox. My inbox is full now. I can't even continue to answer. TikTok has put me on hold. So it takes a lot of time. So if you just want to gift me, you send me a gift. It's my first time, and I don't know how these things work. So you're free to do that. Just telling you, so you know. You're free to send me any gift. Thank you. You're welcome, Scoreline, for joining this first broadcast. Thank you. How much did it cost you? Well, because it's a process, I can't really say exactly how much, but I must say I didn't have like a savings to start the process. I just kind of, just started the process one by one, pay for it. If I don't have money, just keep it on hold like that. So the first thing is for, as I say, I've mentioned in one of my videos, do a point test. If you have at least 65, then you qualify, so you can start with the first step. Check if you have your academic qualification, check if you have work experience. If that's tick, then the next thing is to do IELTS. So IELTS, you start paying, you book, you pay, you prepare, you book, you pay. If you don't pass for the first time, you book again. So it's a process. And if you're walking by faith, just start. You don't have to, save certain amount of money to start. So you can do that. When you pass the IELTS test, then you look for the next money. You look for the next amount of money to do assessment. Okay? Then you submit your assessment, you wait for the result. If you get a positive result, then you look for the money next step to start your application for visa. So I can't be able to tell you exactly how much it costed for the whole process, because I just did it in bits. I am a cyber attendant. What is the best work that I can apply in Australia? Did you mean cyber cafe, like computer services? As I've said, you can only come in the common way of the way people come. You can come as a skilled worker. So if you don't have a degree, a relevant work experience, and you've not passed an English test, then the best way, if you're not qualified in those areas, the best way is to come as a student. I know as a student, people don't have money saved. You don't have bank statement, for example, with proof of funds. But start thinking about it. Things can happen. You can sell a property. You can, if you have a property, you can look for a close relative who can help you with that, and things like that. Just walk by faith. And who knows what will happen, in the future. So start thinking about that. For care homes that advertise opportunities with work visa, do you still need to do assessment? Yes, yes, you still need to do assessment. You still need to do assessment. In my knowledge, you still need to do assessment. You see, for example, let me just mention. You see, I don't know whether there is anyone here who can mention a work agent in your country, who are processing, who are bringing unskilled laborers to Australia. Just mention if you know of any. I know there's lots of agents taking people, unskilled laborers, to US, Canada, UK, and Scandinavian countries. I know there's lots of those agents, but there are very few who are taking workers to Australia. I think it's because Australian visa system, they stress so much on skill assessment. You cannot come until your skills are up to the level or standard of Australia, what they want. So unfortunately, it's difficult, but that's the way it is. Did they need proof of funds? For skilled worker, you don't need any proof of fund as such. Okay, you don't need any proof of fund. You will need the proof of fund if you're coming as a student. So someone below a degree is not eligible. That's a general rule. Okay, a degree will be good because of the depth. Now, what they look in when they're assessing your academic qualification is the depth of coverage. So, for example, I'm still using my accounting because I'm an accountant. That's the best example I can give. So, if you're an accountant, you've done a degree. A degree is a 4-year, course, for example. So they look at the length of your study. They look at the units that you've covered. You remember what do you call them? The result slips. So they will look at all the units that you've covered in your course. Okay. So have you done economics, finance, business management, statistics, all that? You need to have covered lots of units. So if you have a diploma, for example, it will just be a few units and it's a short period, so they will just give you a negative result. So just to be safe, a degree is better. But having said that, there are some diplomas that are very comprehensive and they take a lot of time. Okay, so I'm not saying that a diploma cannot be eligible, but just because they're looking for the depth of the studies, they are looking for the period of study of your course, degree is good. Assessment need money. Yes, they do. They will need some funds to do assessment. Sorry guys, I'm freezing. I have to get 1 minute. I have to get a jacket or something. It's early in the morning. It's 4:30 here in Melbourne. So yep. So someone below, yeah, I've answered that question. Send the question, guys. Send the questions as we go. And if you want to send a gift, thank you. You can do that. Thank you very much. It's my first time, so I don't know a lot of things. All right. Next question is, what about Parramatta State? What do you know about the place? We don't have a Parramatta State. We have, that's New South Wales. Okay, New South Wales. Parramatta is just an area in New South Wales, a regional town. Okay, where Newcastle is. So it's close to Sydney. It's a regional town, but it's a very fast-growing town. So it's a good place if you want to move and start life. You can. You can. It's close to Sydney. Thank you, your coffee. Thank you. Thank you very much. First time joining. Very nice. Thank you. Do you need assessment to require money? Do you need assessment to require money? I guess you're asking, do you need money to do assessment? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But different assessing authorities will charge differently. So it's not just one the same amount of money. CPA, VETASES, those assessing authorities, each will charge different, and it depends on which occupation you're seeking assessment for. Okay. I did clinical medicine in Zambia. What can I do? Lucy, was that a degree, a diploma? Do you have any work experience after your graduation? Have you done English tests? Please ask those questions and I'll tell you what we can do. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you, Faith, for following up. Please talk about volunteer work in Australia and the availability of such. Yeah, there's lots of volunteer works in Australia, but you will only be eligible. You will only be able to do those ones when you're here. Now, volunteer work is important because these people respect us who can volunteer in the community and get experience. And once you volunteer, it's very easy to get work in the same place. So yes, there's lots of volunteer jobs, but I think it's be easier to when you're here. Mark is saying, did you get a job after migrating to Australia? If so, how long did it take you? So when we moved here, so when you're migrating, that's what I need to explain to people. When you're doing assessment, you get your visa and come. You're not coming with work, okay? So thank you, Mark, for raising that. So once you're here, then you look for work. So I came here, as I said, as an internal auditor or an accountant for that case. And my kind of visa, which I came with, I had to settle in a regional town called Townsville in North Queensland. So I came and I started looking for accounting work. It was a regional town, so it was a bit difficult to get accounting work straight away. So I did all kinds of jobs before I started doing accounting job. I did cleaning, I did care work, I did work in what else? Lots of things that I did. Okay, at some point I even did some businesses, and but it took me like just 2 weeks to get my job to start. My first job. Okay, I think 2 weeks. Of course, you have to go process bank details, do a few stuff in the first week, and start looking for work. But there are a lot of other jobs that you can do apart from what you want to do. Like, for example, me, I was looking for accounting work, but I had to do several kinds of jobs before I landed my accounting job. So I hope I've answered your question. Hello, which is the best university to study data science in Melbourne? There's lots of universities here, lots of them. We have La Trobe, we have Melbourne University, we have ADMIT, there's Deakin University in Geelong, which is a 1-hour drive from Melbourne City. We have Catholic University. So it depends on, what the details are. You can search for, the fees, look at the fees difference, look at where the university is, the location of the university. You can check if you have a few friends around that. It really matters when you're choosing a university. Look for all those kind of factors. The community, look for how is it close to town, look for a lot of that. So you can ask around. But if you want specific details, search first of all the universities, look for the fees, and if you want to ask a specific question on one university that you've settled on, then we can check. But there's lots of universities. But their data analysis is a very good course. So as an HND holder, which route will be better to migrate to Australia? I don't know what HND means, Faith. Please, if you can write it in full, I'll appreciate. And which country you're coming from, Faith? Where can someone get accommodation? My spouse is coming to Melbourne in October. Is your spouse coming as a student or as a worker, or as a skilled worker? Please let me know. I've done English test, but no work experience, diploma. Did you ask that question before or what, Lucy? I'm getting mixed up on that. I have done English test, but no work experience. Well, generally, as I've mentioned, for skill assessment, you will need those things. You will need academic qualification. You will need work experience after your graduation. You will need English test, and you will need to have to be below 45 years. So if you fail in one of those, please, you might just want to come as a student. Is there an assessment for information technology, and which one? Yes, there is. I might not tell you on top of my head, but yes, there is. There is definitely one for IT people. If you can inbox me, I'll text you back the details. But again, Happy, what you can do is go to Occupation List 2023, type computers, or type search IT, or type computers. You will see a list of jobs that you can come on, or you can be assessed on, and then look for details. You will find the assessing authority there. So it's something that you can actually do yourself. Check in the Occupation List 2023, Occupation List Australia 2023, type computer or IT or something, then you will get the list of jobs that you can be assessed on, and then you will find the assessing bodies there. Thank you. Faith, yeah, since you can't apply for master's program with a diploma. Since you can't apply for master's program with a diploma. Oh, okay. So if you have done a diploma, I think the best thing will be to do a degree. It depends on the weight of your diploma. But if you've done a diploma, you can apply for a degree. How much is the assessment? Every assessing authority charge differently, so I can't tell you that. But if you go to that detail, if you get your qualification or you get your occupation, check the assessment body. If you click the website of that assessment authority, you will have a section where they have put the fees, assessment fees for that occupation. He is coming as a student. Okay, so your spouse is coming as a student. So Grace Wairimu. Okay. So Grace, if you are coming in Melbourne and they don't have accommodation, please just get in touch with the community of Kenyans in Melbourne, and then they will know that place where the university is. I don't know which university your spouse is coming, but they will get in touch with your husband, and then they can organize something. Whether it's a shared accommodation that they can pay, they can organize something. So get in touch with the community. But if you don't have any contact, please inbox me. I can find something out. So HND means higher national diploma in Nigeria. Okay. Which other route can I migrate with? So diplomas, you have to do if you don't have those things, a degree, in my opinion, okay? In my opinion, if you don't have a degree, work experience, and English test, a good English test, result, then you can come, you must come as a student. What's the rate of availability of full scholarship for master's program? At the moment, I haven't been very keen on looking at scholarship. So I don't have information regarding scholarship at the moment. I'm really sorry about that. I wish I had, because lots of people wants to come and study in Australia, but they can't manage the fees. So at the moment, I don't have any information regarding scholarship. If I get any information, I'll let you know. I'll share the information if I get. Guys, can you send me something, please? Send me some gifts if you can. This thing takes time. You see, I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do this video because of the time difference. If you're in East Africa, we are 8 hours ahead. If you're in West Africa, we are 10 hours ahead. So because of the time difference, I have to wake up at night to do the video and all that. Now, I'm not complaining, but it's a joy to help. But if you want to send a gift, however small it is, I'll appreciate. I don't charge for my for giving information, but I'll appreciate any gift. Thank you. So what can we discuss as we wait for other people to ask? Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining. You give it a like, give this a like, please, before you exit. If you have to leave, give this a like. What can I say about so many people ask, can I get a job while I'm still overseas? It's not a very easy thing to do. So just to let you know, it's not easy to get jobs. Like I said, even me, I had to do assessment, left my job where I was, whatever I was doing, settled in Australia and start looking for job, for work. But it doesn't take long before you get a job. So long as you are willing to do anything to begin with, while you're working your ways back, please just be flexible. Know that it won't be long. Is my light bright? Are you seeing me properly? Just tell me if I need to adjust anything. Let me know. Is students' accommodation still a crisis there? Yes, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. You can always find something, shared accommodation for some time, and then work your way. There's always a way to go around it. Accommodation is a crisis anywhere in Australia. It's not just for students. So it's something that can be workable. Melbourne is a big city. You can't miss a place to lay your head. So don't worry about it, Grace, please. Don't stress it. Don't stress about it. Does sponsorship include flight tickets, visa plus 1 month accommodation? Sponsorship? I don't know what you mean by sponsorship. Do you mean sponsorship for work? If you have a sponsor, somebody has sponsored you for work, that will just depend on the employer. Okay, it will depend on the specific employer. Some people book tickets, they pay accommodation, some don't. So it depends on your employer. Just be frank with them and ask, right? If you've been sponsored, just write to them and ask. Can I get visa sponsorship? Yes, you can get a visa sponsorship, but in my opinion, you will still have to undergo skill assessment. Okay, if you can get an employer here, let's say you are a nurse. Okay, you've already found somebody, a hospital, a nursing home, and they're ready to give you a job where you are. They're ready to bring you over to Australia. you will still have to undergo, the assessment process. Okay, so yes, you can get a sponsorship visa, but you will still have to undergo assessment, because Australia wants to ensure, the immigration wants to ensure that your skills are to the level or the standard that Australia wants. Explain more on the jobs, the skill assessment part. So, skill assessment part, right? So I've said Australia are desperate in some areas. They want to bring workers. For example, one, the nurses or people who are working under the care or, healthcare. So in healthcare sector, they're looking for nurses. They're looking for care workers. In education sector, they're looking for more teachers, okay, for example. So, and there are others, engineers, construction workers, all that. They're looking for workers. So that, we don't have a doubt about that. But even though Australia is desperate, or the economy is desperate to bring more workers, they cannot just bring everybody. They have to still assess their skills and say, we are bringing somebody and their skills are in the level that we want. So immigration give that to assessment authorities to be able to do that assessment, okay? And say your qualification, your academic qualification, your work experience, your English, your age is okay, is correct, and in the level and the standard that we want. So when they say yes, you have a positive result, okay, then you can now start applying for visa. So assessment has to be done first, and when this assessment authority say your qualification, your fit, your qualification is good, then you're given what we call a positive result. So that positive result, then you can now apply a visa particularly. So I will not even get worried what kind of visa I'm going to apply. That's not where to start. The place to start is get your skills assessed. If they give you positive results, then go ahead and apply for a visa. Now you can ask, what kind of visa do I apply, or what is the next step? So that's how it goes, brother. Hello, can I move with my family? Can you move with your family as a skilled worker or as a student? I don't know. Yes, in both ways you can move with your family. As a student, your family will come as well, or as dependents. As a skilled worker, your family will come as dependents on your visa, okay? But you will be the primary applicant. Yes, so you can move with your family. Any question? What do I talk about again? What do you want to know? Cost of living? What do you want to know? The cost of living in Australia. The big thing that kills people here is accommodation. Okay, it's accommodation. Rent very high. Food is more or less the same like back home. I mean, or it depends. Some things are cheap, some things are a little expensive. Having said that, rent is the biggest thing here. Okay, rent is expensive. For example, 2-bedroom, we're talking about a minimum of $350 a week. Okay, here rent is paid weekly, so $350 a week. This 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, you're talking about $400 to $500 a week. So rent is the big thing. But also the minimum wage is, I think, $22 at the moment, around $22, $23 per hour. So while the cost of living is high, the minimum wage is also that amount, so you can manage. Okay. Invitations, what do you mean? You mean invitations to visit? If it's that, you have to be invited by your family, or by if it's a conference, or a business conference, things like that, you have to have a letter to prove why you're visiting. So you cannot just be invited by anybody. They have to show proof why you need to visit. How much is proof of funds for student visa? It depends. Every college or every course, they will ask you differently. I mean, it's not one figure for all the universities, but I would say if you're coming from Kenya, we are talking about a minimum of 2.5 million. Okay, let's say 2.5 million Kenya shillings to 4 million. So something like that. So we're talking about a minimum of 2.5 million. Hello, Barnabas. You didn't explain how we can come there. I didn't. Hello, Barnabas. You didn't explain how we can come there. I have, and I have explained in my videos as well. You can come as a visitor, as a tourist. If your country is eligible for that, you can come as a student. You can come as a skilled worker. So those are the four broad ways that you can come. Or you can also come as an asylum, but that's something that I don't want to talk about. I'm not in that line. So those are the ways that you can come to Australia. You can come as asylum seeker, yes, but that's a condition that it's not something that I want to go into. I can't invite you. Sorry. Like I said, you have to be a family member. I have to prove that you're a family member, and you're definitely not. I'm a very honest person, okay? So unfortunately, I cannot invite you. I wish I would. I am a skilled worker. You talked about teachers, and that job bank thing doesn't work anymore. What's that? I'm a skilled worker. You talked about teachers, and that job bank thing doesn't work anymore. I don't know what you mean. If you're a teacher, you have a degree, you have work experience after your graduation, you have done English test with a good score, you check the details of requirement of IELTS test for teachers, and you're young enough, you're below 45, then you can come as a skilled worker. You can do assessment. If you have any problem with the assessment process for teachers, please let me know. Inbox me. I can help you. Hi, how can someone apply? Kuna link on my website. Apply for job. Unfortunately, I don't have any link for jobs directly. Okay? Unfortunately, I don't have links for jobs. If you are in Australia, the link for jobs, websites for jobs are many here. We have Seek, we have lots of links for jobs, but they will apply for mostly people within here. You will apply and they will ask you, are you in Australia? If you say you're overseas, then that's the end of the process for you. So unfortunately, I don't have any links. I'm not an agent that links people with workers or with employers. I've not reached that level. So at the moment, no, I don't have any link. Apart from study route, which other routes can someone migrate with spouse? Apart from study route, which other route can someone migrate with? Skill assessment, skilled workers. Okay, so if you're a skilled worker, you've assess your qualification and you're good to come, your spouse can apply as a dependent on your visa while you're the primary applicant. So student visa or work visa, apart from that, I don't know any other, because it seems you want to come and settle, you don't want to come as a visitor. So those are the only ways, my dear. Can study gap affect visa? Yes, study gap can affect visa. Okay, so let's say you've taken too long after your, maybe high school certificate, or you did some certificate or diploma, and you've stayed out of school for a while. However, having said that, this is my personal belief. Okay, if you explain the gap properly, okay, if you explain the gap properly and turn it to be positive, a positive thing, or an inspiration to even that is causing you to apply for your admission in school, then that can be a good thing. For example, you can say, you had an experience, you were doing some work while you were after your school, you did some work for that while, but after working for that while, you realize that you do not have the right academic qualification to push you to the next level. So that's why you have a motivation to apply for the course. Turn that negative thing about the gap to be the motivation why you're applying for the course. If you do the wording correctly, I think you will still go through. Thank you. Okay, Faith, thank you. You're welcome. I have English test. I want to go as a disability carer. I said, like I said, you still have to have. Yeah, it will be easy to get disability caring jobs when you're here. So the way to come is you have to either come as a student or as a skilled worker. And for you to come as a skilled worker, you have to go through assessment. I have done a video about how to go through assessment for carers. So please, if you need details, go and watch our video. And if you still have any questions, you can inbox me, Lucy, and I'll attend to that. Guys, can I even have roses? Any gift, please send. I will appreciate. I know it's my first broadcast, but encourage me so I can do another one. Okay? Encourage me so I do another one. What else do I need to discuss? The advantages of living in big towns and, regional cities versus big cities. Well, as I said, there are many opportunities in big cities compared to regional towns. That's for a fact. Lots of jobs in big cities compared to regional towns. So if you're just looking for availability, job opportunities, then big cities is the one to go for. But having said that, there are some small city or regional towns that are close to big cities, and they might have opportunities as well. Okay, so regional towns, for example, like Geelong, it's just 1 hour drive from Melbourne City, or Ballarat, it's just one drive for, I think 1.5 drive from Melbourne City. So you can always, if you want to settle in a regional town, settle close to a big city, or, look for balance. Okay, but there is not much difference in terms of facilities, in terms of housing. Here, by the way, the housing level is so standardized. The way they build houses here is so standardized. Houses are almost all the same, So I have English test. I've answered that. I want to move to Australia. I am a qualified male nurse with 9 years of work experience. Good. If you have experience, I've done a video on nursing. Please go, if you haven't watched, go and watch that. So if you're a nurse, you have studied nursing, you have academic qualification and work experience is good. 9 years is a lot. Your age is below 45. You can do English tests. Good. You have to do registration with the board first. Go for that video and you'll see. You do a registration with the board. If you can be registered with the board, then you get your assessment done. You can come over as a nurse. Now, as I said, Australia needs lots of nurses, but they have to be assessed for them to work in Australia. So you go do your registration with the board of nurses and midwife, and then apply for assessment. After you apply for assessment, come, and then you will be able to get jobs in Australia for sure. Just for nurses, the catch is where you've studied your nursing really matters. There is a list of countries that the board would deem not to qualify, and things like that. I did a video on that detail, so check. And if you have a specific question, please inbox me. I can answer that. Thank you. Thank you, Lucy. You're welcome. Any question? I intend to finish in a few minutes' time. So please, any question? Any question? Any question? Thank you very much, Mamake, for joining. Thank you, everyone who joined. I really appreciate. I really appreciate, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sending the gifts, guys. Thank you very much. I'm very new at, in these things. I don't even know what, yeah. Skill job. Let me swipe this thing to read. Okay, so you're asking any skill jobs in agriculture? Yes, it's lots of skill jobs in agriculture. If you want to check, just type agriculture in, go Google Occupation List 2023, Occupation List Australia 2023, and then search agriculture, and you will see lots of jobs or lots of occupation in agriculture that Australia is looking for. Scroll down and you will see the assessing authority for that occupation. Go in their website and see what they need. So there's lots of jobs in agriculture, definitely. I want a job in Australia. I am a truck driver. Unfortunately, I'm not able to link. I don't know any link for jobs at the moment. Those unskilled jobs. I don't know any link, so I'm really sorry about that. Do you need the I? So what's that? Do you need the I? Maria, I don't understand your question, so if you can write it again, Maria. How long does it take to get student visa after medical? No, it shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take long. So if it shouldn't take long. Student visa is straightforward. It's very straightforward. If it shouldn't take long. Okay. I'm not sure about the number of weeks, but it shouldn't take long. It is my first time to watch your video, but I don't know why I'm trusting you. Thank you, Roslyn. Something I need to explain, by the way, guys. If you want to Google my name, okay, Google the name Barnabas, and it will give you a bit of why I do what I do. Okay, I'm governed by a different principle. And so I'm just trying to be honest. I know at this age and at this time, so many people, scammers come, they tell you lots of things that they can't fulfill. They steal money from people. I don't want to do that. I am governed by different. I'm not blowing my trumpet, but I'm just telling you. Google what Barnabas means. That's what I want to be. Okay, I want to leave my name. So thank you very much, Roslyn, for that. Please answer my question about Tasmania certificate. Please answer my question about Tasmania certificate. Now, did you ask that question here today? I'm not sure I read it. I'm really sorry. If I've missed that question, please write it again. Why is it all those who have migrated to Europe and wherever have come to look for followers? Why is it all those who have migrated to Europe and wherever have come to look for followers? Okay, if I believe you're asking why people who have migrated to diaspora are now asking people to move to live in the places. Well, I'll be honest with you. People do it for the different reasons. Me personally, I can answer the question for me. Okay, the reason why I do what I'm doing is I know the situation, what people are going through wherever they are. Some people are having it tough, and they want to move. The reason why I moved, for example, is I was not getting opportunities where I was while I was qualified, but I couldn't get a breakthrough. So I just needed somewhere where there are opportunities. So that's why I came. So I'm trying to be able to sell information or just give my honest information to get people who want to move, to be able to give them help with advice with what I know. Okay, that's why I'm doing that. I'm not seeking followers just for nothing. I'm trying to encourage people. My name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. I'm trying to encourage people, okay? So that's the reason why I can't answer that question for other people. I don't know why they're looking for followers, but me, I'm looking for people who are looking for help and to be able to help, where I can with information. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Amma, for the rose. Thank you. I appreciate that. The next question is IFM. I don't know what that means. Marie, I don't know what that means. You asked something. Let me go back there, Marie. What did you ask? Sorry, Marie, I've missed just write the entire question again. I'm really sorry. Yusuf, is there any job with visa sponsorship? There could be jobs with visa sponsorship, but if you can get them, you have to apply by yourself, get sponsored, but then again, you will still have to go through work or skill assessment. Most of the jobs will still require that you go through skill assessment. So it's your job to look for work. If you can get any while you're still overseas, if you can get a sponsorship. But if you're here already in Australia, there are workers who are willing to sponsor you for permanent resident. For example, if you have come to study as a student, you've qualified, and you're looking to be sponsored to stay longer as a permanent resident, then you can look for sponsorships as well. Do I need an IELTS for nursing before I do the skill assessment? Yes, you will. Greetings all. Thank you very much, Smiles. What is the minimum wage for construction workers in Melbourne? Construction workers are really paid well, by the way. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Omar. Construction workers are paid well. So it depends with your qualification, it depends with employers. But as I've said, one, minimum wage is around $23 an hour, but construction workers are paid around 40, 45. It depends with your level of qualification and experience and so on. Around $40, $45 an hour. Marie Timanga, yes, that will make the process easier. I think you're answering Marie's question. Thank you, Stan, for answering that. I did skill assessment with VetAssess, but 4 months later, still waiting for results. What qualification was it, Holmes? Yeah, internal audit. Yeah. 4 months down the line, you will get it. You will get it, Holmes. It will come. Okay. So long as all the papers works, the thing that delays the process is if you didn't get all the paperwork that they needed correctly. So they will assess, get back to you. We still don't have this. You forward back and forth. You don't want that. Make everything right. Get the papers correctly. Send them. I did the same assessment with VetAssess as an internal auditor, and I got a positive result. So all the best, Holmes. Holmes says I paid 962 Australian dollars for skill assessment. Okay, good. Thank you very much for sharing that, Holmes. I am a teacher and would like to work in Australia. Yes, Odijo. If you can check the details in my video I did about teachers and ask me specific question. Yes, you can work in Australia, but you'll have to undergo skill assessment, okay? Nyokavi, what does skill assessment involve? Does it involve interviews? No, it's not interviews. So skill assessment is if you have your academic qualifications, the papers, if you have work experience, so you have things to prove that you've worked, like employment letter, pay slips, all that, and you have English results, papers, and your proof of age, like your birth certificate and all that, you send them to an assessing authority here in Australia, and they will check your qualifications using those documents, and they will say, yes, Nyokavi, you have the right skills to work under your occupation. For example, if you are a nurse, you send those papers, they assess, and they will say, yes, your qualification, your work experience, your English ability, and your age is okay. You can come and work. Okay, so that's what skill assessment is. I hope I've answered your question, Okavi. This question is because whenever you come across TikTok, that is the only thing trending in Europe. Oh, you are the one who asked why people are asking for followers. Yeah, I hope I've explained. I answered the question for myself, okay? Thank you for your concern, but for me, the reason why I do the video is just to answer basic questions like what Nyokavi is just asked. What is skill assessment? They would like to come, but they don't know the procedure. So I am just explaining, So someone can decide to come, try the process, or stay. We all don't have to go to Europe or to go to the diaspora, okay? Hope I've answered your question. Thank you, Dijo. Thank you. What is the minimum wage for someone who has done masters in nursing in Australia? Well, nurses are really paid well. They're paid well. So you won't go in to start at the minimum wage, right? You will be paid very well, say 40, 45, and above. So nurses are really nurses. There's lots of nursing jobs. You can work in a nursing home. You can work in the hospitals. You can work in aged care. You can work in disability facilities. It's lots of nursing jobs. Okay, so you'll be paid well. Thanks, Barnabas. After skill assessment, what were you on next step to launch a year? Yeah. So the next step is that you launch your expression of interest, and then you wait to be invited. At that time, you will see how many points you got. So that will depend whether you want to settle in, for, so you choose your visa and all that stuff. And you wait to be invited for application and of visa and all that. So yes, Holmes, that should be the next step. Hello, sir. Good day. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thanks for your response on our private chat. I equally appreciate. Thank you very much. Yeah, as I said, it takes time. If I've not answered your question on the inbox, it's just because TikTok has put me on hold because I'm answering so many questions. I'm typing too quick, so they've told me to take a break and then I'll answer questions again. So yeah, just wait. I will answer. I answer even just people saying hi, say in the inbox. So yeah, I try to do that. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Hi, Yvonne, Winnie. What of spouse visa? Yes, but what do you want to know about spouse visa? If you're coming as a student and your spouse, you want to come with your spouse. Yeah, your spouse will apply as a as a dependent, and they will work unlimited hours to support you. So that's for student visa. If you're coming as a permanent resident or as a skilled worker, your spouse will apply with you as a secondary applicant, and yeah, they will join you. So unless you asking a specific question about spouse visa, what is an average of fees to do masters, and what is the required financial level to be accepted? I would say about 40,000 Australian dollars a year. Okay, and the bank statement of financial proof of fund. As I've said, if you're in Kenya, let's work with between 2.5 million to 4 million. Okay, so just around there, proof of fund. So that's in my experience, and I've said different universities will want different amounts. So it depends, but around that amount, I think. What documents are needed for spouse visa in what documents are needed for spouse visa in students? Yeah, so you will prove that you're married, okay, or you're in a relationship. So things like marriage certificate, your wedding photos, proof that you're actually married. So you don't want to bring somebody here who you don't have a relationship, not a fiancé. You have to prove that you're married, okay? So anything that can prove that you're married, okay? Can I change my visa to work permit? No, you can't. You have to stay on one visa until you're done. Well, while you come as a visitor, you can do whatever you want to do. Visit, even book for interviews if you can, attend interviews. Even if you get a job, then they will ask you, do you have rights to work? If you say you're on work visa, they will tell you can't work. So you can't change that. You will have to go back and apply for come on a visa that you have the working rights. Okay. Hi, I'm new here. How can I come to Australia? I'm a social worker. Yeah. You have to go through skill assessment. If you don't know what that means, please go and watch a video I've done on social workers, okay? On community workers or social workers. If you still have any question, then you can let me know. I'll answer that. I'm coming in November for a month course in bartending. Wow, can I get bartender jobs after course? How did you get a 1 month course? Maybe you're coming. Well, yes, if you're a student, yes, students are allowed to work. So yes, definitely you can work, not just as a bartender. You can work as anything. A carer, anything. You can get work if you're a student. Any sites I can apply for work. At the moment, I don't know any site that you can apply for work while you're still overseas. There's lots of sites for work, like for example, Seek. But when you apply for work, they will ask you whether you're in Australia or not. When you say you are not in Australia, that's the end of it. So at the moment, I don't know any links, any connection with employers who want to employ people from overseas. All right. Um, how long does it take for spouse visa to be approved? I don't know exactly, but it shouldn't take long. It depends. Are you a student? You know, it doesn't take long so long as your papers are correct. Yeah, I don't think it can take long. Send you an email. Kindly reply. Did you? I'll have a look. You can send that again, please, unless it went to my junk. I applied. I'm really sorry. I didn't see it, Ongui. So please, you can resend that. I'll answer that today. Okay. I applied online school by the name European Bartender School. Oh, great. So online, and I've asked you to come for 1 month. That's good. So you can yes, you can get to work. If you're a student, you should be able to work for that 1 month. Okay. That's great. Guys, just to let you know, those who have joined, if you want to send a gift, I'll appreciate. Okay, any gift, please. Any gift, I'll appreciate. All right, now I can see latecomers. People were coming late when we are almost ending. I usually start and finish on time. Okay, I try. Okay, so if it's 4 a.m. or whatever time, we start on time. Okay, so next time, please don't come late. Can you can you refer some agents in Australia? If you want to use an agent in Australia, I can do that. I can do that, but not now. I can do that. If you want to inbox me and you're serious, you want an agent, I can refer you to them. I don't have an agent that I'm working with at the moment, so please don't think that I'm going to benefit anything if I refer you to them. It's just that if you want to look for yourself, you have to Google registered immigration agent, and they must have an ID. So don't just trust anybody. You must make sure that they are Imara. Is it Imara, or they must be registered? Okay, to be agent. That's why I'm not an agent, because I'm not registered yet. Okay. So make sure they are registered. Don't just trust anybody. Don't just go and they tell you they are agents, and you give them your qualifications. You send them money. Don't. Please make sure they are registered. Okay. But I'll share some with you, Shady, if you want. Okay. Thanks so much for your advice. Thank you, Sonny. You look cute. Really? Thank you. Thanks. That means it's 40,000 Australian dollars per year as a master. Does this cover accommodation? No, it doesn't cover accommodation. That's just fees, okay? It doesn't cover accommodation. All right, let me see. Okay, then I first have to do the exam before applying. Thank you. Will I try? Do you have material for IELTS? Marie, if you want materials for. I can get you a link where it's online. You can go there. They have lots of practice materials. Okay, so listening, reading. So you can go there, try to test yourself. What I tell people about IELTS, people think it's very easy. You say, well, I've been, taught in English. We've done everything in English, so it's easy. It's not. So please get ready, prepare well. I'll send you a link where you can get practice materials. So think when you practice, try to get a condition yourself like you're in an exam room. So reading, time yourself reading, listening, play the audio, and try and do and mark it at the end, and look at how many points you are and what you can improve. Okay, so while you're doing that, practice as many practice papers as you can, and then you will build speed, you will build accuracy in listening and all that. Okay, so I'll send you a link if you want, Marie. But please, just for any other person, just not for Marie, but if you're planning to do IELTS and you require high points, not just small, few points. If you require high score, please practice over and over and give it a priority. Thank you, Marie. Do you know IHM College in Melbourne? Put it in full, please. I don't know that. How long did it take you for you to be invited after launching IOE? Man, it's been a long time. I can't really remember. It's been over 8 years, so I don't remember, honestly speaking. But I remember what happened is after launching EOE, I waited and they didn't take long actually. They came. So Queensland invited me first, and it was a regional, because they added me 5 points, a regional sponsored visa. So they invited me first, and I thought I should wait for another invite. Then somebody just told me, no, you just apply. It's all the same, man. So just apply. So I applied. When I just launched my application with Queensland, I got another invite from New South Wales. So they are really, if the states are desperate for that, they will invite you quick. So I got like 2 invites within a span of weeks. I just launched my visa application, and then another invite came. So Holmes, you will get as soon as possible when you launch the expression of interest. So Ekalab, I don't know why you're laughing, but what is it you're laughing about? Is it about me being cute? I don't know what you're laughing. Please let me know why you're laughing. So Emmanuel is saying 2.5 Kenyan shillings, that's about 10 of France, or you're in Western Australia, Western Africa. Okay, yeah, around that, bro, around that. I'm not sure what your currency is, but yeah, around should be that. When do you go live here? When do you go live? This is my first time, MK, but I plan to do this as often as possible. But because of my work, maybe every weekend. So like a Friday, Saturday morning here in Australia, but Friday evening in Africa and western part of the world. I'm coming for tourism in Australia. Do you mean you're coming as a tourist? Okay, you're welcome. You must be in a country where tourist visa is allowed. So you're welcome. Thank you for sharing that. As you conclude, advice on how an easy way to come to Australia and requirements. What I know is, if you want quick way of coming, Visitors visa is quick, very quick. They will take like 1 week to process your visa, but you won't be able to work. So if you're coming to work, that's out. The next quick one is student visa. That will come quick because the process is you just need to apply your course, get your proof of funds, you pay your fees, proof of funds, get your visa process, your biometrics and all that stuff. It's a quick one. You'll get a quick visa. The next one is skill assessment, which is a process. As I said, you put your papers, qualifications together, you send them for the assessing authority here in Australia to assess. They give you a positive result, expression of interest. After that, you get being invited for visa. So it can take a while. So the quick one is visitors visa or tourist visa if you qualify, and then followed by students visa is quick. And then skill visa, work visa is the last one. Can I work as a tourist visa? Yes, if as I said, tourist or tourist visa is only for specific countries. It's a list of countries that can apply for this visa. So if you qualify, yes, you can come. When you're here on holiday, you can come and work as well. Can a dependent of student visa work unlimited hours? Yes, dependent will work unlimited hours. Correct. Wow, me too want the link for IELTS. I will share with you, Wangoi. I will share with you, or I might even do a video on that and share it in while I'm doing the video. Okay. Actually, I will write it down and I'll do a video next on IELTS test. Okay, I'll do a video next and share a couple of links and also explain what you need to do when you're doing IELTS test. Thank you for reminding me that, Wangoi. Please send me that link as well. I will do that. Thank you. Guys, send me something, man. Send me a gift, please. Even a flower. I mean, I don't know even what kind of gifts they are, but please encourage me so that I do another video and another live broadcast, please. If you can send me a flower, something, get me started, man. Get me started. Thank you, Shedi. I'm about to close, actually. What time is it? It's 5:30 here. I'm about to wrap up. So please, let the gift start rolling. Thank you, Shedi. Thank you. Okay, what's the next thing? Can a dependent study work unlimited? Yeah, yes. I will do a link, as a video and a link for IELTS. Yes, please send me the link as well. I will do that. Okay, we'll be waiting for the link. Thank you. Talk about the dependent visa. As I've said, if you're coming as a student, your spouse you have to prove that it's your spouse, Okay, they can come on as a dependent visa and they can work to support you unlimited hours. If you're coming as a skilled worker, your spouse and your children can also come as dependents, and they can come on your visa and they can work unlimited hours. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift, guys. Thank you for the flowers. Send me something, man. I'm about to finish. Area IELTS exam for Australia, same as UK. IELTS is the same. It's a UK based English test, so it's the same thing, man. Saying thanks. It's the same. Thank you, Lawante, for the roses. Thank you. I appreciate. Can you advise one to come with his family with student visa? Yes. I'm a family man, so I don't like people separated because of studies. So that's one reason why I encourage, come with your family. Because your students will need encouragement, and being with the family around, however difficult things can be, it's really encouraging. So I encourage people to come with the family. The second reason why I encourage people to come with their family is that your spouse will as a student, you're only allowed to work limited hours, but your spouse can work unlimited hours, and they will support you a lot emotionally, even financially. They can support you a lot. So I advise that you come with your spouse. Don't leave them at home. They are not the same for UK. It's you. I don't know what you mean, but IELTS is the same. Okay, IELTS. IELTS English test is the same. Okay. So you're saying they are not the same for UK. It is UKVI. Well, IELTS is the same. It's universally. It doesn't matter where you are. The IELTS is the same. Thank you. All right, I'm winding up in 5 minutes. So if you have a burning question you still want to ask, please do. As I wind up, please send your gifts. Please send the gifts. I give you 5 minutes. What have I not touched that is important? Talked about student visa. People are not asking about the courses that are marketable or courses that are good to study. I've just mentioned that briefly. There are occupations that usually appear every year. They are in the occupation list. Things to do with nursing, teachers, engineers, data analysts, cyber crime, and what do we call it? I don't know what, all those related courses are very, very marketable because there's need for nurses. It's a big industry. Health industry is a big industry and it's well funded. So there will always be need for nurses. Teachers, schools, not many people want to teach, okay, but there's lots of schools and all that. So teachers will always be needed. So if you're looking for courses, do a course that is related, that will lead you to those kind of things. If you're not decided on what to do, nursing, teachers, engineers, or tradespeople, construction, for example, things like that. Any link jobs? No, I don't have any link to jobs at the moment. Thank you. Apart from marriage certificate, what else is needed for dependent visa? Just anything that can prove that you're married, okay? Your wedding photos, marriage certificate. What else do you usually do? If you're married at AGE, your anything's done in church, emails, on your communication and all that stuff. Your kids' photos, family photos, things like that, okay? How did you move there? On a skill assessment, as a skilled worker. I'm an accountant, so that's what I did. I'm winding up. These are latecomers. Next time, if it is 4 a.m., please start on the dot so you get time to listen to what we're discussing at the beginning, okay? Jaju, I know you've just come. Next time, please be on time. Any links to jobs? I don't have, unfortunately. Cost of living in Melbourne. Now, Melbourne is a big city. It's not the worst for me. This is my personal belief. It's not the one that is not very high compared to other cities like Sydney. I think for me, Sydney is expensive than Melbourne. Okay, but lots of opportunities though in Melbourne. Lots of opportunities. It's a livable area. What do you call it? Lots of cultures, representations here. So it's a livable town. It's it's fast growing, but a very good town to live in. I couldn't have looked for another better city. Okay. Stan the man. UKV is a body that regulates and gives visa, doesn't deal with IELTS. Thank you for clarifying that, Shady. I didn't understand what Stan means. So thank you for clarifying that, Stan. I think you've gotten that clarified. Thank you, Shady, for answering that. I have a diploma in social work. Advice, a related course that I can apply as a student, please. Oh yes, social worker. I can give you that details, MK. Okay. Please inbox me. I will give you details on that. How to get an Australian research scholarship, which universities to check, which supervisors to contact. I have some few research students, who are doing PhD, and their friends from Nigeria. A few friends, I can ask. Okay, I don't have an answer at the moment, but I can ask. Around and let you know. Okay. So please, if I don't get back to you, please just inbox me. I can do that and send you the details. Thank you. What is NCLEX exams? Also universal? I don't know that details. Thank you. Thanks, Barnabas. I will keep you posted on my skill assessment result. Thank you, Holmes. You're welcome. You're welcome. All will be okay, bro. And keep me posted. Let me know how the process goes, and I'll appreciate that. Thank you. How to get an Australian research scholarship? Which university? Yeah, I'll get back to you. That, are you okay? I'll ask my friends and get back to you. Okay, great, got it. Thank you, Shedi. Thank you. You got that. Oh yeah, that's a word that didn't want to come out of my mouth. Thank you, Stan. It's called cosmopolitan. It means there are lots of cultures represented here: Chinese, Indians, Africans, the natives. Everywhere. People all over the world. Thank you for that word. It just didn't want to come out of my mouth. Guys, send the gifts. Get to send the gifts. I'm closing. We are winding up now. Okay. I know people are just joining now, but unfortunately we have to end soon because it's already daybreak here on Saturday morning. Okay. How much does the whole process for skill assessment cost to move? It depends. Okay. It depends with the kind of career you want to be assessed on. But as I've said that earlier today, just go one by one. I can't even remember how much it costed me because I just did one step at a time. If it is doing IELTS, I make sure the IELTS is done first and then move to the next step. I didn't have the full amount to start. If you're doing something, just walk by faith. Just start one step at a time. Look for funds, go step at a time and move, and it will be okay. So I can't tell you on top of my head how much it costed me. How is the cost of living in Queensland? It depends on the city where you want to live, Winnie. If you want to do regional areas, Brisbane is the biggest city in Queensland. It's the capital city of Queensland. Compared to Melbourne, I would say Melbourne is a little costly, but it depends what you're looking for. Opportunities wise, Melbourne could be better compared to Queensland. And so, you can live in Queensland, big city or regional town. But the thing with regional towns is you must make sure you get a good job. Not a good job, but go to a place where you can get opportunities. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to go to a regional town and you get frustrated because you can't find work. Okay? If you have the opportunity to go to a big city, please go. But if you're restricted on your visa, there's some visa that will restrict you to a regional town, then you have no option. Just choose a town that have a little bit more opportunities, okay? What about student dependent visa? I've explained that earlier today and say, yes, you can bring your spouse. They will work unlimited hours to support you. ABZ 962 Australia dollars for skill assessment. Thank you, Holmes. Yeah, Holmes is doing the process now, so he has all that information. My mind can't bring it now because I'm not doing any assessment at the moment. Thank you, Holmes, for being on top of that. It's about 962 Australian dollars for assessment. Cost of schools for kids. If you're in Australia, public schools are free, basically free, and public schools here are good. Okay, some schools are very new built, and the curriculum across the board It's the same whether you're in private or public schools. So if you're looking to put your kids in schools, the school system here for public schools is free. For private schools, like Catholic schools, you pay something as well. You pay something, but it's your choice and what you can afford. I can assure you that public schools here are good. Thanks. I scored 60 points from connecting, and it said I can get subclass 487. Kindly help on this. Yes, so if you get 60 points, you can be added 5 points by a state, so that they can take you to a regional town to live in. Okay, so yes, you can do that, Olivia. I don't know what kind of help you want on this. You can answer me. I mean, you can put in the inbox what specific help you need. But yes, if you have 60 points, then you can wait to be invited by a state, and they will add you 5 points to. They will add you 5 points to get to 65 for you to qualify. You have to score 65, at least 65 at the moment. So yes, state will add you 5 points. All the best with that, Olivia. Yeah, I know, Olivia, you're asking these questions because you're just joined. You're late. Next time, please take note when I go live. I will be going live most probably every weekend, the same time. It's going to be 4 a.m. in Australia, in Melbourne. So you can work out. It will be what time? It will be 4 here, 9 p.m. in East Africa. I think 2 p.m. in West Africa. No, 2 p.m. in New York, and around 3. You can work it out, okay? But it will be 4 a.m. in Melbourne. I will be doing a broadcast, hopefully every weekend, same time, okay? So please join in time so that we don't delay. It's okay to apply for colleges with band score of 6. I think most colleges will want 6.5. So please check the requirements of that college. They will tell you. If you check that course, you go to the requirements, you will check, you will know they will show you the amount of, the score for IELTS that they need. But majority are 6.5, so I don't know. Does Perth have more opportunities? Yes, Perth is a big town. Is the capital city of Western Australia. It will have more opportunities. But in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, cities like Sydney, Melbourne are ahead of it in terms of opportunities. So it's your choice. Do kids pay school fees when one is a student? If you're in public school, no. I totally don't understand. Trust me, because I'm stranded. So how do I get for the state to invite? Olivia, inbox me, okay? Inbox me. I will discuss with you on that, okay? Okay. So what is the time in Middle East? I think it will be the same time in East Africa, or 1 hour ahead or something. It will be around 10 p.m. where you are. Please, you can sacrifice. See, I've woken up early, 4 a.m. to do this. So please, if you can, sacrifice your sleep to join. Thank you, Oliver. But inbox me, we can discuss. Can I find universities that give fully funded scholarship? I don't have that information at the moment. But if I get in future, I will share with you. How good is Flinders Universities in Adelaide? Yes, it is a good school. I have some friends who study there. All the best if you want to go to Adelaide. Okay, thanks, Oliver. Google Points Calculate Australia. My point is 106. What is the next step? Big Joe, were you honest with whatever you put there. I'm not questioning your honesty, but make sure you put your information there accurately. Okay. So if your points are there, if your points is above 65, so it means you qualify for a skill assessment. The next step would be to identify, go to the occupation list 2023, type the occupation that you want to be assessed on, and go and check, go and find the agency or the authority that does the assessment. Go to their website and check what they require for that occupation and see if you meet the levels. Then when you're sure, then you can send your papers and pay for you to be assessed. That will be the next step, Joe. For me, I don't have any education level, but I speak and write English well. I want to go and work. It will be hard, I think. It will be very hard, I know. I would recommend that you consider coming to study. I am an Australian. Welcome to the country. Best wishes for getting over here. Thank you for that. Okay. How many points do you need to come in as a skilled worker? At least 65, bro. At least 65, okay? If you have more, the better. If you have more, you stand chances of being invited faster, okay? If you have more than 65, you stand a good chance, but at minimum of 65 at the moment. Do you know Institution of Health Management College in Melbourne? I can find out. I don't know much details about it. What did you want to know about that institution? Just let me know in the inbox what you wanted to know. I didn't understand, sir. You didn't understand the next step. So if you've done your point test and you have more than 65, you qualify for skill assessment. Okay. So the next thing is you want your qualifications to be assessed in Australia so that you know that you are able to come as a skilled worker. Okay. So the thing to do is Google. Okay. If you can Google occupation list 2023, occupation list Australia 2023, it will take you to the immigration website, official immigration website, and then there will be a place there to search your occupation, search your job. Okay. So for example, if you're an accountant, type there accountant. If you search accountant, it will take you to what you need to be an accountant in Australia. Okay. So there they will even list the organization that will assess your skills. So for example, if you're an accountant, it will be CPA Australia. If you click the CPA Australia website, it will show you what you need to submit for your qualifications to be assessed, and then you go from there. Thank you. What's the cheapest car in Melbourne? Yes, if you want to start life in this place, buy a cheap car. But the good thing here is every car that you buy, make sure you have it has a roadworthy certificate, and it's ready for registration. So if it has roadworthy certificate, it means it's good. It can go, but you can get as cheap as $3,500, for example. So my first car was a Camry, Toyota Camry. Most of those Toyota Camrys, they are old, but they are very efficient. Okay, so my first car was Toyota Camry, and it served me for a while. So look for a cheap car to start if you can't afford expensive cars. Please do they have cheap schools in Australia? No, they don't. Okay, I'm ending there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As I said, please, before I go, send me something. Send me a gift, send me a flower, whatever you want, please send me, okay? And like the video, like it as well. Give it a thumbs up before we go. I give you 2 minutes. I'm not answering any questions now, but yeah, just give it a thumbs up and a gift. because just encourage me so that I can be doing this kind of broadcast. And so I've just said my Camry was around, that was 8 years ago. It was around $1,500. You can get as cheap as 2,500 or 3,000. It depends on the case. It depends on the kilometers and all that. So you can get around that, but work with $3,500. Okay, I'm not answering any other question. All right, thank you guys. Please send the gifts before I go. Send me something so I'm encouraged. If you can. Okay, you're not under pressure. Okay, you're not under pressure, but if you can, I'll appreciate. All right. Thank you very much. How do I end, by the way? It's my first time. How do I end this broadcast? Do I just, how do I end it? Somebody type there what to do. Okay? I don't even know. Imagine, this is my first broadcast on TikTok. All right. My mom just joined. We are ending it now. We are finishing. All right. How to host you? Okay. How do I do it? How do I end my broadcast? How do I end these things? Toyota is always my type of car. Yes, Toyota, anytime, man, anytime. That car was so efficient. It served me. I bought it for 1,500. Served us for well. But the day it knocked, the day I had to throw it away, man. We had gone for a picnic. Let me give you a story as I end. So that Toyota, it served me so well. I used to, do a lot of work with it. And then one day it just refused. We went for a picnic, very nice. We had fun. Now it was time to go back. We went very, very far away from home. Time to go back, man. Starting the car, it's not working. I had to look for a ride back with my family, and it just was towed away from there to be thrown away. So, but it served me. That car was really good. All right, guys, we end it here today. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and it's really means something. Just to conclude, I'm not a registered immigration agent, but I'm ready to offer the information that I have, the experience that I have, to help someone who cannot afford to hire an immigration agent. So what I'm giving here is basically from my experience and my knowledge. And if you really want the help of an agent, please look for one. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, my name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye. I still want to give you 1 minute to send a gift, send a flower, send something, and then we end it from there. It's actually 3 minutes to 6 o'clock in Melbourne, 6 o'clock on Saturday morning in Melbourne. Let's end it there. Say bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. How do I end this thing? Somebody tell me what to do. Just click the X button on your right, then you can end it. X button. Where is the X button? I don't see any X button, guys. Bro, I don't see any X button. All I can see is top right. Okay, top right hand corner. Yes, yeah, I can see something that looks like turning off the phone. I think that's the one. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Thank you very much, family. It was nice discussing with you guys. Hopefully, we do it again on over the weekend next week. Okay, same time, 4 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. It might be 3 p.m. in East Africa, 2 p.m. in West Africa. I don't know, in New York, whatever time it is, work it out. Please be on time so we can go live and discuss a lot. Thank you very much, guys. Till next time, this is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye and God bless you. Have a lovely night if you're going to bed, or if it's a daybreak for you, have a good day. All right? Bye-bye.